With the NHL season so close to starting up, the preseason only 11 days away for the Vancouver Canucks, I wanted to hop into NHL 26 and see how EA thinks the Vancouver Canucks season's gonna go. Hopefully they think it's gonna go horrible, because usually they're wrong. Now, I just finished up a franchise mode with the Quebec Nordiques with NHL 25, and I got very angry at the game, but this is the only time I will play NHL 26 on this channel for now, unless anything opens up during the season. But let's hop right in here. I'm up here on division realignment here in franchise mode, and as you can see, the Vancouver Canucks surprisingly are an 86, which is tied with LA, Edmonton, and Vegas, who were the top three of the division last season. And then Seattle sitting here with an 85 with Anaheim. Calgary surprisingly an 84, below Anaheim and Seattle, even though they finished above them in the standings, while San Jose is an 81. I want to go take a look over. I haven't really looked at the ratings here. 87, 87. I saw that, like the top four teams in the Central, all 87s, and 3 84s and 81. We got 89 for the Florida Panthers, 88 for the Toronto Maple Leafs, 87, 87, 86, 86, 85, 84. Atlantic, a really good division. Let's see, I think it's 88 Carolina, then 86 or 87 New Jersey, 86 New York, 86 Washington, 83, 85, 84. So the Vancouver Canucks are pretty good in terms of their division, but I definitely think, they're on the lower end of the conference. Let me just mess with the settings real quick, just turn all the stuff that I really don't want on, which is like a lot of stuff. CPU trades, all that were good. I mean, head coach edit lines is fine. I actually want to set my lineups. I'm going to set them to being the exact same as what my last video was for the lineup predictions. So I do have to go look at them. Of course, I have to go look at them. Actually, I think I'll be able to remember them. I should be able to remember them. It was pretty easy. We're gonna get the intro. This is my first time loading up franchise mode in this game. Let's head into the edit lines. Let's see the overalls. I know most of them. Let's keep this off. So, Elias Pettersson in 87. He did have a down year. I do think that he goes back up to about a 90, maybe a 92. At the end of the season, I think he has a bounce back year. 85, 86 for Garland. I do think that 86 is great for Garland. He's got some X factors. I love the X factors they put in. How guys like Jonathan Lecker-Mackey have X factors. All right, so let's set these lines. I'll set them, and we'll just come back when they're all set. Alright, I'm back. I'm pretty sure, I'm 90% sure I have the lines exactly how I thought they were going to be. Chemistry's off a little bit, but that's fine. Let's hop in and see. So we got DeBrusk, Pettersson, and Kane on the first line with Besser, Hedel, Garland on the second line. I got Hoglander with Ratu and Sherwood. You could do this. You could do a little swap there. Bring Carlson up, but I'm going to leave Carlson on the fourth line with Teddy Bluger and Drew O'Connor. On defense, Quinn Hughes, 95. Look at those X factors. He's going to be awesome for this team. Phil Peronic, Tyler Myers, and Marcus Pettersson, Derek Forbert, and Elias Pettersson. DPD, to be exact. Goaltending, we got Thatcher Demko, and we got Kevin Lake. And I do think Demko gets up to a 90 before the start of next season. Let me just head coach preferred lines on the AHL there, and it's going to back me out, isn't it? Yep. And then our scratch. I just wanted to show you the scratched just at the end there. Scratched is Oman, Mancini, Baines. I could put Sasson up. He is a 77, but I do think Oman probably starts in the NHL over Sasson. I hope Sasson makes the NHL, but maybe I think Sasson one more season before he really makes the NHL. All right, so let's sim up. I'm going to sim all the way to the deadline, so I will see you guys there. I want to make this a quick video. I don't want to make this like a franchise mode video. But we can slow sim one game, so I'll sim through the preseason. We'll slow sim the game against Calgary, and then I'll sim up to the deadline. Adam Foote wants to talk to us. I'll see you guys at the Flames game. Alright, so we're at the game against Calgary. Let's hop right into it. This is going to be if the Canucks don't trade for a 2-center. At the deadline, I'm not going to make any moves. I'm just going to be like a check-in. Adam Foote thinks we can make the playoffs, so let's hope that we can. First period here against the Flames, 2-0. Besser and Drew O'Connor get one on Gorgiev. I didn't know he was over in Calgary. And then they get one on Thatcher Demko here in the second. That was Farabee. Third period, power play. Unable to get it. I did not edit the power play. That would probably have been a smart thing to do. But let's see if we can hold on to the lead. Take our first game here. Power play Calgary. It's a long one. Evander Kane, what did you do? And we're able to kill it. 3 minutes. We go. 2 minutes. 1 minute, and Forbert gets the empty netter. Forbert gets a goal before Pettersson, and we take game 1. I want to see, was that Evander Kane? Was I right about that? In the penalties? No, it was Myers and DPD. Oh, right. Well, I'll see you guys at the trade deadline. We'll see how we're doing. Hopefully we're in a playoff spot. All right, we are here one day before the trade deadline, and if we cut to it, the Vancouver Canucks are currently third in the division, 2 points behind Seattle. Edmonton is in a strong lead for first in the division. Now, I'm not going to be making any trade deadline moves, but I will go in and see who's available to see if it's ultra realistic, who I think will be available at the deadline. So let's hop in. Of course, Vancouver, third in the division at the moment. We'd be a buyer. We want to continue this momentum. Very 50-50. I turned injuries off. I should have done that at the start because I didn't touch the injury sliders. So Pettersson broke his nose for a little bit. So yeah, a little bit of a down for that. Kempe, if LA does struggle, I could see them being on there. Rasmus Anderson, yeah. If Calgary's struggling, then no, I don't see LA selling this hard. But if they are struggling, then yeah. Raquel, I see it, yeah. Braden Shen, I didn't know. He's got 3 years left. So that's kind of just like a, let's see, Rust, Trouba, Falk. So yeah, defenseman and a center, probably what the Vancouver Canucks will be going for, depending on if they can afford it or not. So let's go and sim out the rest of the season without making any trades. We'll see you guys after this game against Edmonton to end the season. All right, so it went really good to the end of the year. Let's cut to the screen here. The Vancouver Canucks finished second in the Pacific, just 1 win shy from 50, 30 losses, 3 overtime losses, 10 points behind Edmonton in the playoffs. After the trade deadline, we went on a nice little streak here, 6 games after losing to Winnipeg, and then kind of 50-50 throughout, and then a little bit more win-heavy. You know what? Pretty 50-50. Pretty 50-50. One win away from that 50 wins, but we still would have been 8 points behind Edmonton. They had a lot of overtime wins or overtime losses where we just only had 3 with 30 regulation losses. Pretty good for Vancouver. Solid numbers. Let's see how the players did. I see Pettersson's not totally up there. Now remember, he did get hurt. It's my fault. But Quinn Hughes, 82 points. That's really low. Usually my teams end up getting really low. 68 points for Pettersson. So let me pull up the calculator here because I'm going to do it for 82 games. Let's see here. We got 68. My cat wants in. Divided by 77. She wants to look at outside times 82 equals about 72 points, which for Pettersson, that would be good, a step forward, but we want where Quinn Hughes is at. We want at least 82 points. Evander Kane, though, 72. That is crazy. What a year Evander Kane had. Jake DePress, 63. 54 for Filipino. I would be really impressed if he did that this season. Connor Garland, 52. That's great. Besser, 46 is a little low. I think Besser will get more. Kiefer Sherwood's going to get about $5 million. I'm kidding. But yeah, Kiefer Sherwood, another 40-point bid for the Vancouver Canucks. That's back-to-back. Is it same? I think the goals are just a little less. Yeah, 4 less goals, but 4 more assists in a couple more games. Let's see. Nils Hoglander, 35 points. That's pretty good. I hope that he can get a little bit more. I'm hoping about 40, 2020. Philip Hronik, 33 points. I'm hoping for more from Hronik. Marcus Pettersson, 27. I don't think I've done him in my predictions yet. Ratu, 25. That's pretty good for him playing on the third line. I wish that maybe it'd be 30. 19 goals, 6 assists, though. That's very good, especially for a 76 overall. The fact that he only jumps... The fact that he's only top 9 potential, got to change that. He's top 6 potential. And yeah, he should jump up a couple more overalls. Tyler Myers, 25 points. That's nice. O'Connor, 24. Carlson, 23. Bluger, 21. Forbert, 13. DPD, only 8. Niels Oman in the games that he replaced Elias Pettersson with only 5 points. I like it. How about the goaltending? Let's see the goalies. Thatcher Demko. Okay, so the split isn't entirely 50-50, which I would like it to be a little bit more, 50-50 with how the overalls are as well. 40 wins, 25 losses, a 921 with a 260. Kevin Lankinen with a 921 with a 273. 9 wins, 6 losses, 1 OT loss. In 20 games, 7 shutouts as well for Demko in 68 games. You got a potential Vezina Trophy winner right there with Thatcher Demko. I will sim all the way to awards. That's where I'm going to end this video so we can see if any of our players win the awards. Let's head into Stats Central. Let's check out the entire league, actually. Let's see which players were on top. Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid. I feel like the point totals could be upped a little bit. I might just raise up the scoring, the sim engine scoring. Nylander, 99. Draisaitl looks pretty good. Wow, Bo Horvat with 88 points. What a year for Bo Horvat, 87 overall. Kirill Kaprizov, Matt Barzal, Nathan MacKinnon. So yeah, a pretty good list up here. Quinn Hughes is up there, but I think the scoring could be up there a little bit more. If the sim engine scoring is on high, then that's crazy. But hopefully it's on medium. Let's head to the playoffs and see who we play in the playoffs. In the first round, we got the Calgary Flames. You know what? I could have just saw that from the divisional standpoint. The Calgary Flames. Edmonton's playing Vegas. Seattle versus Winnipeg. Colorado versus Minnesota. Toronto versus Tampa. Montreal versus Florida. New York versus Boston. Rangers, that is. And Carolina Hurricanes and the Washington Capitals. Quinn Hughes on the list, even though there's 0. It's just the overall rating. Same with Thatcher Demko. Alright, I'm going to go to calendar, and I'm going to sim through the first 2 games to see how we do against the Calgary Flames. Hopefully we pick up 2 wins at home here against Calgary. Let's see, first one. Game 1. Game 1, we going to win. Game 2, a loss in overtime. Alright, 2 more games. The sim engine is so slow, I won't complain about NHL 26 at the end of this video, but let's see here. A loss against Calgary, and then a win, so we tie the series up, so we'll only go 1 game here. Can we take the series lead here in Game 5? No, we get shut out. What about Game 6? Do we tie the series up? No, Calgary eliminates us in the first round of the playoffs. So that good season comes to a disappointing end. Kind of seems how it goes whenever I can control an EA. When I'm in EA and I control the game, I'm going to sim up to the 19th. So that's right before the trade deadline. Let's see how the rest of this goes. Who wins the Stanley Cup? I'm hoping it's a realistic team. Let's hope that it's not the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm sorry, Toronto, they got eliminated in the first round. That's a good thing. Florida got eliminated, so they're not going back to back to back. Edmonton got eliminated in the first round, too, so a pretty wacky playoffs. The Colorado Avalanche, once again, Stanley Cup champions as we can exit out of the simming. So Colorado wins the Cup. Let's head over to Stats Central and go to the awards. Colorado wins it. Edmonton's the President's Trophy winners. Colorado beat the Tampa Bay Lightning, so we had a rematch from a couple years ago. Austin Matthews wins the Art Ross and the Hart. Quinn Hughes wins another Norris. I hope he does. I think he can this season with more points than 82. Demidov wins the Calder. Lady Bing goes to Nylander. Conn Smythe goes to McCarr. Vezina Trophy goes to Connor Hellebuck. So Connor Hellebuck had a great year. Thought Thatcher Demko could be in that race, but yeah. Mackenzie Blackwood wins the William M. Jennings. Bill Masterson goes to Ilya Lyubushkin. Huska, the Calgary Flames coach, wins the Jack Adams. Aho wins the Selke. Lindsay goes to the Austin Matthews. And Austin Matthews wins the Maurice Richard, so Austin Matthews kind of just sweeps all around. So we do make the playoffs, but it ends in disappointment. I don't know if I entirely agree. I hope the Vancouver Canucks probably beat the Calgary Flames in a playoff series. But that is it for this one. NHL 26 is the same thing. Don't buy it. It's so slow. If you're a franchise guy only, it's literally the same thing. Very slow. The menus are crazy. But yeah, the Vancouver Canucks, hopefully they finish, top 3 in the division. That'd be nice. That's a great prediction. But hopefully we do better in the playoffs. So the video on your right is the video from Monday. The video on your left is the video from Friday. Subscribe's right down under there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.